Hey everybody, just coming at you real quick with a Braidlock update. Monday the 23rd of February made 6 months for my Braidlocks. And there has been some changes. The back 2 rows, or actually the back 3 rows, are definitely well within the locking process. A lot of those I cannot stretch without pulling my hair out of my head. So like I said, that definitely tells or shows it's going through the locking process. Also the ends, my hair is starting to lock at the ends first, I guess because I don't know if you've noticed on the previous videos, my ends have these, have started to kind of unravel up the braid a bit, but they have these little curly cues, they've raveled to these curly cues, and that is where my hair's starting to lock first. So, and I'll get pictures of that. I finally figured out how to use the macro selection as far as video and camera or picture taking on this camera. So the picture should be a little bit better, and hopefully this video is a bit better too in terms of clearness. I have finally tried Dr. Bronner's, excuse me, my eyes are itching, allergies are acting up, Dr. Bronner's lavender Castile soap. Let me grab that. I meant to pull that out before I started this. Let's see, hopefully you can see that. Yeah, there we go. Get my big old fingers out the way. Yeah, the Dr. Bronner's Castile, and this is the lavender. I have also added eucalyptus. Let me get that out too. That's in my, excuse me, I'm trying to find it in my little cabinet there. Hopefully you can see that. Eucalyptus essential oil. I've added a couple of drops of that in there. And the Dr. Bronner's, I only use a dollop. Now, of course, a dollop is not really much of a measurement, but I think most of you guys, kind of know what a dollop is. In the previous baking soda mixture that I mentioned in, I think, like my week 2 Braidlock video, but I'll bring that up again. It is, I use 1 tablespoon of baking soda to 2 cups of water, a dollop of the Dr. Bronner's that I just showed you, a couple of drops of rosemary oil, a couple of drops of sage oil, and I forgot to pull that out. Sage essential oil is also an essential oil. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, here we go. The sage essential oil, a couple of drops of that, and a couple of drops of the eucalyptus oil. And I think I put a dollop of apple cider vinegar in there also. I can't remember, but yeah, that's what I use for my. I used this eucalyptus oil earlier, and when I set it down over there, it was really starting to smell. It made me think that I didn't put the top on there good, but yeah, I did. Okay. And yeah, that's what I've been shampooing with, and oh gosh, I'm just absolutely loving it. My scalp feels a whole lot better. Another thing that I'm doing is I am spritzing at minimum 2 times a day, and I'm using this is probably a common, see that sprayer? Now when you turn this little knob right here, when you turn that knob really tight, not so tight where nothing comes out, but open it just a little bit and you have a mist. Now this mist, of course, is much stronger than the mist on something like this, you know, these pump type. And I've been spritzing with my bottle, you know, with this one. And what I have in here is just water, a couple of drops of lavender, and a couple of drops of eucalyptus oil. That's it. Container. I've been spraying or spritzing and making sure that, you know, when I spritz, and of course I'm trying to do this and hold this camera, you know, hold the locks up like that, and I will spray under here, spray that, lift up some more, spray, you know, and do that at least a couple of times a day. That way, you know, doing it like that, I'm getting both sides of the locks, and also getting my scalp, you know, getting some on my scalp. I know, of course, you don't have to saturate your scalp, but I have found that that is helping tremendously. Oh, and my hair is just, it was soft before. It's even softer now. You know, I know my locks are like, will you stop touching me? But I can't help it. I mean, it just, it feels like just like a sponge, you know. And then the portion that is locked, like the interlocked portion, and these ones in the back, you know, where the ends, like I said, though, remember I said earlier, where they're really starting to lock is on the ends. It just feels like a firmer, you know, like a brand new sponge, you know, before you've wet it and used it, or like you've only used it like 1 or 2 times and it's still got that kind of firmness to it. That's what the locked portions feel like. But soft, just fantastic. But that's all the changes as far as, say, in my routine. I'm still pretty much washing weekly. I think I'm going to maybe experiment with, of course, washing my scalp weekly, but not actually putting, I don't know, you know, maybe just, you know, because what I have been doing is also, you know, and there's a video out a lady has about washing her sister locks, and that's pretty much how I wash my hair. I have stopped braiding and banding, I think, at month, oh hell, I think I stopped braiding and banding around month 4, or not month 4, excuse me, around week 4, mainly out of accident. I got in the shower and forgot to do it, and washed it, and it held up, so that was the end of the braiding and banding. But you know, I get the shampoo and actually spray it on the hair, you know, through the locks too. And I'm thinking I may just kind of do that, since I'm using the baking soda once a month. I don't know, you know, and I just may stick with that weekly. But I'm loving this Dr. Bronner's, and you know, I've already used it, and I'm also showering with this, and I've already used it, oh gosh, you know, for about 2 to 3 weeks now, and I don't know if you can see that in the camera. I've used hardly any. You don't need much of this at all. So if you're not going to use it, say, in the baking soda, dilute the stuff with water, because I think if you used it straight, it would probably strip your hair. But otherwise, no, it's absolutely wonderful. But I think I rambled on enough. Probably going to have to edit this. If I don't have enough room, if I do have enough room, I'll include some pics at the end. If not, then I'll do that in a second, you know, video. And as far as the braid locks go, we will see you guys in month 7 of this journey.